All right, are we live? Are we live? Let's double check. All right, I'm just making sure that I'm live. I know I'm looking down at my phone. This is really poor. Hang on. Let me go to subscriptions. Happy for a change. Bagger Nightly Live. There we go. My phone. This is really poor. Hang on. Yay! Everything's looking good. All right. Perfect. Let's get this started. Do I have to do anything? Okay. Let me make sure I have no boogers. No boogers. I went to a I did this meetup, this event a few years back, and I walked to. This is when I had to rent out the coffee shops and stuff in order to do this. And so I get into the coffee shop, and there's a lady there. It's her first or second time there. This older lady, and I'm talking to her. She's asking me this question. I get all passionate and excited, and I talk to her for quite a while. And then at the end, when I stop speaking, which it takes me a long time to do, she says you have a booger on your face. Turns out I had a booger on my mustache the whole time I was talking to her. Do you know how little what you say gets across to someone if you got boogers on your face? Anyway, this is not the booger show. This is something else. Hey there, my name is Peter Hartman. You're watching Bad Guru Nightly, and I am Bad Guru. This show is meant to serve as a reminder that your attention matters. You see, what we give our attention to becomes a greater part of our experience. We shape our reality with the power of our attention. So it's important to be deliberate. And I'm so glad you decided to give me some of your attention here tonight. I'll be talking about make a living doing what you love. And I'll also be doing an interview with the Wire Lady. I know her as Heather Boyd. I checked out her website and said the Wire Lady, and I was like, I'm going to call her that from now on. So without further ado, let's bring her up on stage here.
Hello, hello.
Hi, Heather. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Good
How
to
you
see
doing?
you too. I'm doing great. This is fun.
Oh, this is a lot of fun. I love how dramatic your shot is. I wish my shot was like that.
I'm in my basement. That's why.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh man, I've always wanted to do a show like that where it's just like dark in the background and well lit. I'm super jealous. Thank you for being my first, sort of interviewee for the show for Bagger Nightly. I really appreciate it. You're one of two people I thought. First came to mind when I went to interview someone, and I'm super glad that you had the time and that you're interested in coming here today.
Well, I'm so happy to be here because it's nice to be on the other end because I interviewed you on my Stories of Starting podcast. So this is super fun to be on the other side.
Yes, absolutely, and that was a lot of fun. If you folks haven't seen that podcast, you can go check. Is that on your which channel is that on?
It's on the what's it called now? That YouTube channel is called Start by Starting.
Start by Starting.
That's right. Yeah, and it's the same. It's on my blog, so startbystarting.tv.
Excellent. Fantastic.
Yeah.
I just want to let a few people. I want to let people know what you're about, Heather. I know you as Heather Boyd Wire.
Yes.
I went to your YouTube channel and I saw this banner. It said "The Wire Lady." I was like, "Oh, that's perfect."
Yeah. So that's actually, I think there are other wire ladies around, but it's definitely a term that I've coined. Also because I have a weekly live show that I do called Wire Lady TV, so it's kind of catchy. Yeah, and back in the day when I first started, I actually called myself the Earring Lady. So this is a little evolution of that.
Excellent. Yeah. Excellent. The Earring Lady, the Wire Lady. So you do a live stream, you said every week, is that it?
Yeah, so every Wednesday at 1 o'clock Eastern time, I do a live stream on my YouTube channel because I do all DIY wire art and jewelry making videos. And the live stream is super fun because what I do is I hop on, I have an idea of what I want to make. It's usually a project I've never made before. Sometimes I've done little sketches. Sometimes it's a request from a viewer, and I troubleshoot. And I fumble and I drop stuff and I make mistakes and I break things. But ultimately, usually by the end, I come up with one or two things that look pretty darn good. So it's really fun. Today I just grabbed something to show you. Today I made like this little dragon pendant. So
Oh,
that was
wow.
the project of the day, and it was actually a design that I'd made 30 years ago, back in the day when I started. And I said, well, why don't I revisit some of these old designs? So I did it, and I couldn't remember how I made it, but I figured it out on the way. So it was good.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I saw you posted, I can't remember where I saw it. I think it was on YouTube. What was it called? Not lazy, loose
Oh,
wire,
loosey goosey.
loosey goosey. Yeah, it was a
That
heart.
was, yeah, that was yesterday. So every Tuesday I do a video, I guess you call it, Tip Tuesday. So Tip Tuesday, I give people an idea for something, using a different technique, something different. And I did this like really loose style of pendant. And I said, well, why don't I give it a fun name? Because a lot of people call that type of wrap like a chaos wrap or a tangled wrap. And I said, I'm just going to call it a loosey goosey wrap. So it's a new technical jewelry term.
That's right. Put it into the encyclopedia. I really like that. Uh,
Exactly.
it had such a good feel to it. It was like this heart, but it had this sort of playful vibe to it. It really jived with me. I remember
Nice.
popping in or tuning into your live stream once in a while. I don't make wire jewelry, but you make me want to make wire jewelry. You know, when I see
Nice.
you doing that stuff, it looks like a lot of fun. I just want to make sure here. I'm just looking at the comments here. Sam says, "Lights off behind you." No, they're not off, Sam. You just can't see them. They're there. Do the lights. Sam said, "Haha, gross." Did I say something gross? What did I say was gross? Uh,
About the booger?
oh yeah, that's right. The buggers. That's right. That's right. Sam, you misspelled Heather. I put your
Oh,
comment
somebody
up
said
on
Heather.
screen.
Was that
She said,
Sam?
"Hi,
Hi, Heather. Hi
hi,
back.
Heather. Hi, back indeed." So, Heather, I want to have you on because you're an entrepreneur. You've been an
Mm-hmm.
entrepreneur for years, and
Yeah.
what's fun about what you do is that you're an entrepreneur with something that you clearly love doing,
Oh, yeah.
right? An entrepreneur with passion. So that's why I want you to have you come on the show. If people want to find out about you, they can go to your website, heatherboydwire.com.
Yeah.
You're also on YouTube. Is the YouTube channel? Well, Heather Boyd
Yeah.
Wire, you can find her on YouTube as well.
YouTube. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Pretty
And
well everywhere. Instagram. I mean, I have several Instagrams, but if they want to follow the wire stuff, that's the name. Yeah.
excellent. Perfect.
Yeah.
So, so I got a list of questions here. So I'm not even going to pretend that I'm coming off
So
the top of my
it's all
head.
good. I printed them out and took some notes, but unfortunately my responses are so scribbled out that I probably can't even read them. So we're just gonna improvise.
I had that
Oh,
exact same situation earlier today. I wrote some notes down, and I was like, "What is this
I know.
word? I can't figure it out. It looks so loosey goosey. I don't
Like
know what's going on."
Lucy. There we go. I'll do my
So yeah,
best.
so perfect. No, I'm sure you'll do great. So I would have asked you, what is Heather Boyd Wire, but it is your platform, your business for creating wire jewelry.
Yeah.
And so why did you start Heather Boyd Wire?
Okay, so I guess the Heather Boyd Wire 2 also has two aspects, because there's the DIY aspect, which is the tutorials and teaching. I used to teach in person, a lot of workshops and stuff. But the other Heather Boyd Wire aspect is I sell jewelry, of course. So I sell wire art, and I'll show you just one. This is the classic one that my husband and I make together, which is the bicycle rider wedding cake topper. But yeah, so why did I start Heather Boyd Wire? Was originally I was trained as a graphic artist, and I worked in graphic art for about a year after I graduated in Toronto. And I worked, at a decent job in downtown. But I did not like living in Toronto. I didn't like the rat race. I didn't like having a boss. So I decided I wanted to work for myself. And I started making like little hand painted buttons and, different accessories and things. And I said, well, I'd love to just sell this stuff, but I couldn't afford to do it in Toronto. There's no way. The rents are so high. And I said, well, where can I go with this? And just, opportunity knocked. I got a sublet in Montreal and started selling not even jewelry, just like these little hand painted buttons and stuff on the streets of Montreal. Somehow I managed to, with my very limited French, get a permit. But then, and then what I decided to do after that is just persevere. I persevered for the summer, and then when I met my husband, he was making wire bicycles. So he was selling on the street, making wire bicycles, and then we just connected, hit it off. He handed me a piece of wire. I twisted it into like this little penguin shape. He just thought it was meant to be, and so we ever since we've been kind of working together, doing craft shows, making wire, and I mean, I love the medium. To me, it's like drawing with wire, and it just kind of evolved from there. Yeah, 30
That's
years later, we're still doing it.
That's really interesting because I remember when we used to meet in person and do group events. I spoke to a lady and she's like, I want to make a living doing my art. I want to make a living doing my art. And I said, well, and she's like, I just can't do it. You just can't do it. And I said, well, try to make $1 selling your art. And
Mm-hmm.
she said, well, I can make a living off of $1. I was like, you're not making a living off of it now. Like,
Yeah,
the dollar thing is about getting you in the mindset of thinking, how is my thing valuable and who would buy it? And I
yeah,
sell one for $1, then the next one is $2, and the next one's $4, and the next one's $8. And then I mean, nobody says it has to be $1, but it was just
yeah,
this exercise of taking action in regards to when I'm sorry, I just got
yeah, yeah.
distracted.
No worries. Yeah.
Something just popped up here. Let me close you. Live shows, I really like to do things live because I feel like it gives you permission to be imperfect.
Yes,
I think
yes. No,
it's
well,
really
that's what I
good.
love about the lives too. There's often glitches, and it's all good. We'll work with it. Yeah,
Excellent. I appreciate that. Yes. So, like to go out there and to, you had the limitation of, oh, it's too expensive where I live. I'm not going to be able to do this
yeah,
here. What is it that sort of caused you? What do you think was the element that caused you to think, oh, I'll go somewhere else. I'll take
yeah.
action on this, even though it might have been obvious at the time that you couldn't do it right then.
Yeah, well, I think part of it was fate. I truly believe that the universe, has this plan for us sometimes. And had the opportunity not come up to move to Montreal, I question whether I would have or not. I definitely didn't want to stay in that job. I was just not happy whatsoever in it. And but because chance came up to grab the sublet and to go, I think I went with it. So I think I had my feelers out there, like maybe even unconsciously, I was looking for opportunities for a change. And then when this popped up, I'm like, yeah, let's just do it. Even though I didn't speak French, I didn't know what I was going to do, but at least it was the door was open a crack. So I just like opened it up and went right through it. And it was a struggle at first, but my friend used to come to my apartment and tease me because I had one tomato in my fridge, but somehow I managed to buy food and live on peanut butter and bread for the first summer, and it just evolved and it worked. And I think I didn't overthink it, because I think if I had overthought it, I would have just said, oh, this isn't going to work. I can't do this type of thing. But I
Hmm.
didn't look beyond what I was doing at that present moment. So, and then when I did need to get part-time jobs, I did. Like, I picked them up when I needed to. And even over the years, I've had ups and downs, and I've had to work and then I've had to not work. But it's been quite a few years now that I've just worked full-time as an artist. So it's been great.
That's fantastic. And before you started on this venture, um, uh, did you have other experiences with that entrepreneurial spirit? Was there anything like lemonade stand or a
That's
family member or anything like that?
Yeah, it's actually a really good question, because nobody's ever asked me that before, and I've never really thought about it. But there definitely are artists in my family. Like, there's people, have aunts and great aunts that have worked not necessarily full time as artists, but I knew it was a thing, that it was a possibility. Um, I can't think offhand. My sister ran her own business for a little while, doing sewing for a little while. So I guess maybe that was one instance where I could really just picture some entrepreneurship. But I always loved making things and doing things. And I remember actually one time I met a girl, she was in my class in grade 6, And I remember, I think this stuck with me, honestly, like, because every now and then I revisit this, but I remember she was going on a trip, like a school trip or something, and she had to raise money for her trip. And so she started making necklaces. All it was like a cord, a leather cord with 3 beads on it. And I remember this because I kept it. I still have it. And I remember she was selling them to her classmates for like, I don't know, $1 or something to raise money. And I think it really, really stuck with me because I found that so impressive that she was so entrepreneurial. I mean, that wasn't even a word back in the day. Nobody knew what an entrepreneur was. But I just thought it was so cool that she did that. And I'm pretty sure that's one of the seeds that got planted in there to make it a possibility.
That's really cool. I really like that. That's pretty fun. Let me see the comments here. Um, here. Okay, this one I think. Okay, have you noticed since the pandemic, people are more cautious buying? Oh, okay. So I have a. This is a question from Lynn.
Okay.
She asks, "Have you noticed since the pandemic, people are more cautious buying, and what has changed since the last year? You know, in terms of packaging or
Okay.
dealing with what you have to offer."
Okay, well, I definitely noticed in the first 2 months, sales really dropped, like this time last year type of thing. But I think that was more fear-based because really people didn't really know where things were going. They didn't, they just had so much uncertainty about their own personal income and so many things like that. So there were a couple of months that were very, very slow. But then, like before Christmas, I would say it was one of my best seasons ever because everybody was buying online. They're like, this is the way to go. This is how we're shopping now. And so I actually raised my prices during the pandemic because I just found that this was because I couldn't keep up with the demand before Christmas. I could see like this was the way of the future. And so it also made me, focus more on kind of making the shop more cohesive and with the packaging and everything. Everything's changed in the past year, and now things have sort of evened out, but I feel like there's not as much sort of hesitancy anymore. The only real problem I'm facing now is that shipping overseas, like to the UK and Australia, is ridiculous. Like things are taking 4 to 6 weeks to arrive. So
Yeah.
I actually had to stop shipping overseas just temporarily. And I told people, if you want it, let me know. But otherwise, I don't offer shipping beyond North America right now because it's just too risky.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely had the experience of buying things more online, even little things that I
Yeah,
might have gone to an electronic store or something to go pick up. And
exactly.
then there was also that limitation of not being able to get something from the UK or something
Yeah.
from overseas or from
Yeah.
China. It took forever. That's very interesting. I
Yeah.
find it fascinating that the sales spiked because you know it, it seems whether it's luck or fate, you were doing online things before
Yes.
the pandemic starts, so you're pretty much positioned. You didn't have
Yeah.
to do this huge heavy transition to online.
No.
You were already set
No.
to go. And that's one of the benefits of being in the flow of what's new and what's current. I mean, you do this
Yes.
all the time. I Google Heather Boyd Wire, and there's not a single link. There's no other Heather that
Yeah.
pops up. It's like Pinterest and Instagram. You got it all covered.
Well, the only other Heather Boyd writes erotic fiction, and that's not me, I'm telling you. And she stole heatherboyd.com, so that's why another reason I put the wire on the end.
All right. Well, now okay. Now I have to go check out
Yeah, yeah.
heatherboyd.com. We just did some free advertising for her. That's really a lot of fun.
That's it.
Uh, so okay. So how has so we're just talking about the pandemic and the lockdown. Has the pandemic or the lockdown or these restrictions has it affected you in any other way? Has it affected your, I don't know, motivation or giving you more ideas, or did you start doing more live streams? I got the sense that you were doing more things on YouTube.
Yeah, doing a little more. And also another interesting question, because Peter, us, myself and my daughter Mimi, we used to go downtown a lot and go to the Comedy Nest like 2-3 times a week and support a lot of like live music, live art, and all that type of thing. And of course, that radically changed. I mean, I've been doing that for years, and since I moved to Montreal. And so that, I would say, lifestyle change has been the most huge change. And I remember the first 2 weeks of the pandemic, like kind of panicking, thinking, oh my God, like this is my lifestyle. What am I going to be doing now? This is crazy. And they said, oh, it's just 2 weeks. It's fine. And then now here we are over a year later. And, I really, really miss that, these live shows. I have tried to, go on a few online, comedy things like Zoom comedy nights and stuff like that. I find they haven't really caught on as much. The ones I've been on, I've really enjoyed, but
Hmm.
I think it's, they're just not that many going on, and they're really hard. I think it's really hard. I mean, as a comedian, it's really hard to get something like that going. So I would maybe do one once a month or once every 2 months or something. But other than that, like creatively, true, I'm doing a ton more live streams. I have a new series called Let's Get Wired. So I'm doing a live stream of Wire, but I discovered an amazing app. You probably know it, called Discord. And
Yeah.
so Discord, it's fantastic because what I'll do is I'll make stuff. So I have a project, and I tell everybody what the project is. I usually upload a template. People can get the template, and we're all working at the same time, troubleshooting this idea, these designs.
Wow.
And then they share their stuff on Discord, and I have my iPad, and I'll just show their pictures of what they're working on. So this is a way for people to be interactive without getting their face on Zoom or whatever.
Hmm.
And so that way I can show people's work, and they love that. Oh my God, my stuff. I can see my stuff. But I got that idea from a different YouTube channel, which I discovered in the pandemic, because of the pandemic, called Art Prof. And Art Prof is a YouTube channel for art teachers, like art professors, but also art students. And they do all kinds of live streams, like teaching drawing techniques, doing art challenges, doing all these things. So I was completely inspired by them to get a Discord app. And that way people can have it. There's another platform that people can be interactive on. And it doesn't have all like the ads and the crap that you see on Facebook,
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
so funny that you mentioned that, because I know about Discord, but I just it just seemed too complicated for me. I didn't want to learn another thing,
Mm.
and I'm totally not surprised that you're on Discord
Yeah.
because you don't let any of those things limit you at
Oh
all.
God.
It's fascinating.
Yeah, I do a lot of troubleshooting. Sometimes it really is a bit of a learning curve, and Discord isn't easy. Like it's not user friendly whatsoever. So I'm still kind of learning, like about the glitches and stuff, and getting notifications and that. But I love it because, like I said, it's a little more intimate than Facebook or some of those other things,
Hmm.
and it's just another way to share stuff.
I love
Yeah.
that. So we've got Tom asking here, when considering visibility, how important is your website for getting new clients versus social media?
Okay, so website, I love my website, but honestly, it does not get a lot of traffic. Like to me, it's sort of like a poster. It could be maybe like a landing page. I think I probably could do more with my website. I had a previous website, and the theme, or the I don't know, the theme of the website went out of date or something, and then it got a little bit messed up. So I just really simplified it. I consider my website to be a landing page, just so I have it on my business card or whatever, and people can go there. But with regards to traffic, for, like, say for example, well, for Etsy and for YouTube, most of my traffic comes from Pinterest. Like for DIY people, Pinterest is the huge one. Pinterest and Instagram, I would say,
Mm.
are the main sources of traffic. But which is why I've always kept Etsy as well, because to try to get people to go to my website to purchase things, forget it. You're better just to be on Etsy, and they have, people will find you through Etsy instead. That's because they're there to shop, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. It kind of makes the process of getting started simpler, right? Because instead of having
Yes.
to build a website and then manage that, which is a
Yeah.
whole headache. I mean, I've had to do
Yeah.
that for websites versus just being on it's like being on Etsy or something is like being on a website that's managed by
Yeah.
a company by itself. Like you don't have to
Oh my
worry about
gosh.
the lettering not
Yeah.
working out well or the pictures breaking or anything like that. It
Yeah,
makes it a lot
and
simpler to use.
it's so much more user friendly. Like I got on Etsy 10 years ago and it was not that easy. I mean, luckily I didn't have a lot of uh, listings at first, but the thing with it, you'd have to keep track every time you made a sale. They wouldn't automatically say renew listing. You know, there were all these little things you had to keep track of and do manually. Whereas
Mhm.
now people getting into Etsy, they have it easy because it's such a perfected platform. Like it's super easy to use now. So yeah, it's definitely, I would definitely choose using Etsy rather than having my own website, you know. And I think maybe for some people, the website is good, like if they're super well established and people are searching directly to go to the website. But I find that, you know, I'm loyal. I'm still loyal to Etsy. I'm happy with it. Yeah. Yeah, for
Fantastic.
sure.
So, what's your experience dealing with technology? Like, do you find it like sometimes you want to start something new or you want to improve something, but sometimes the technology itself could be a barrier to getting you started, whether it's learning how to figure out how to use a camera, how to stream. Do you find that the technology obviously empowers us, but does it limit you in any way? Do you feel discouraged sometimes with technology?
I think with the regular kind of little glitches that can happen, for sure. Like I said, Discord was a bit of a learning curve just to get to know, especially when it's something new.
Mhm.
I've done everything so gradually. Like when I started filming YouTube videos, I filmed on my iPod and then I would just like edit on the iPod and upload it. And then I kind of morphed into using iMovie on my Mac. So I would do that. And then I had a DSL camera and I wanted to learn how to do that to increase the quality, and I didn't know how to do it on my own, and I'm not necessarily always good about Google searching. So I actually hired three guys that had their own production company. They were students. It was a startup, and I paid them for one afternoon. They sat with me with my equipment and showed me hands-on how to use it. And I would say that was a big stepping stone for me into improving the quality of my videos. So they, you know, they said, I just said, ask them, what can I do with what I have to make it better? So I had the camera. They told me what mic to buy. They told me what lights to buy, which are the lights that I have here. And yeah, I forget the name of their company, but they ended up like going their own separate ways. And one of the guys, George Poppy, he actually became a film producer, and he's produced a major motion picture that's going to be coming out pretty soon. But they
Wow.
they were just like startup, you know, at the time, and I'm like, this is so cool. And yeah, no, so it's, to me, I'm a hands-on person, so it's really nice to get someone to like sit with you, talk you through it. That's why I love Apple. I go to the Genius Bar all the time and just get just get help.
That's really great. I never even thought about that. I'm the type of guy, I'll Google everything day and night. I'll watch YouTube
Mm,
videos. You know, I grew up in that medium. That's the way I learn.
yeah,
But if you do find yourself somebody who doesn't go that way, doesn't jive with
yeah,
that, this is a great idea. Have somebody come over and
yeah.
just explain to you how to do it. I've never heard anybody say that they did anything like that. That's a very
Oh my
creative solution
God.
to this
Well,
problem.
I mean, the amount of hours it would take to Google some of this stuff and to, you know, troubleshoot, like to me, it was worth it just to pay them to help me. Like I
Wow.
would have saved a lot of time. Yeah, for sure.
That's a really smart idea. It's really funny. That's the first time I ever heard that. I'm not surprised talking to you, Heather. You're like, I don't know, this doesn't work for me. So what are the other
Yeah.
paths I have available to me? I'm going to go down those roads.
Help.
It's so good.
Uh,
All right, let's see here. We're going to see. Yeah, Tom says, I think we're going to see a move towards decentralized websites. Tom's a web
yeah.
programmer,
Yeah.
and he's saying the days of programming websites and doing all that stuff is it's going the way
Mhm.
of the dodo.
Well, it's on
Yeah.
that subject. It's interesting because one of my gurus that I follow, her name is Sunny Lenarduzzi, and she actually has a YouTube channel. Originally, it was to help people with social media, and then she's gradually over the years she's started specializing in helping people with their YouTube channel, and now she helps people create online courses. So it's like for coaches or any kind of business at all that wants to start an online coach. And one of the huge things she says is forget the website, forget the fancy website or any of this stuff. Don't even pre-write your course. Her approach to doing online teaching is, she says, get a beta group of people together, like, however many people. Offer this. Don't even write out your course. Have an outline of what you want to teach people. Give the course live, so you have, say, 6 weeks, 8 weeks of live sessions where you're teaching, you're presenting your material, having the live Q&A with the people that are enrolled in the course. This is your beta course, and then you tape it, and then you add whatever templates or anything you want to add to it. This becomes your course, and then you sell that as your pre-taped evergreen type of course. And I just thought, that's so brilliant, and also the thing she says, it's because you don't know what people want. You don't know what people need until you actually sit down and try to teach them, right? So this is a great way to approach it, because I think often when we're teaching, we think we know what the student needs to hear, but the reality is we don't always know what they need to hear. Yeah, so it's really, really interesting.
That's some great advice. Tom and I are doing something similar to that with Jumpstart Live, providing, we were trying to put together a course, and we were like, hey, let's just do it live for people and see how that works. That's a really brilliant idea. I learned that method the hard way in 2 domains. One was with motivational speaking and teaching. I used to come to the room with everything that I wanted to say.
Yeah.
And then you're kind of stuck in this rigid form where I didn't know who was going to be in the room and what they needed. And it was better for me to come with an outline, an understanding of what I wanted to talk about, and then feed on what was happening in the room and the questions that were there.
Exactly.
And stand-up comedy is very similar with that as well.
Yes.
I used to come prepared with my jokes and everything is set out, but you have to have the loose joke within you and then go up on stage and see what comes out with the audience, because it's almost certainly going to be better when you discover it on stage with the people that are there than you sitting with just the mind of one trying to come up with it.
Yeah. And those are our favorite comedians, are the ones that just kind of improvise, that they often come with similar material, but it's always comes out differently depending on who's in the audience, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's the exact opposite when it comes to cooking. I don't want any freestyle, just follow the recipe. I just winged it, extra flour, who cares?
Ooh, no. That's why I don't cook.
That's why I cook, but I don't feed people what I cook. I think that's the line that I'm drawn.
That works.
Have you interacted with Telepresence at all? I mean, here we're doing a virtual interview here, but have you met up with friends or family or anything like that just to use Telepresence? Has that?
Okay, it's actually a term I'd never heard before. So I did Google search what Telepresence is. So is it just basically this type of thing, what we're doing, or what is Telepresence?
Yeah, telepresence is what we're doing when we're telepresence, like at a distance, experience each other. During the pandemic, there were a lot of like hangouts. You talked about comedy shows online. I participated. I'm going to be interviewing Deanne Dupree, who did Zoom groove dances online.
Oh yeah, Deanne, I love her. Yes,
it was a lot of fun. And so during the pandemic, I feel like a lot of people for the first time experience or introduce telepresence into their routine, like with their grandparents or their mother or father, or like just interacting with people. Have you dabbled in telepresence, or do you stick to the phone? Or?
Definitely, because we definitely do the Zoom thing more with the family, whereas I never, like my sister used to Zoom call with my parents before because she lives out west. So for her, it made more sense, whereas we often went to see my parents in Ottawa, so it wasn't a big deal. But since the pandemic, for sure, we've done more Zoom calls. I remember the first birthday party we did on Zoom was super fun. It was with my sister last April, a year ago, and we did everything. We got the cake, and I wanted to hire, actually, Thomas Calnan, comedian. So I wanted to hire him to come on the Zoom call to tell jokes to my sister, but sadly, he was already booked that night for a different gig somewhere else. So I asked for his permission to play one of his YouTube videos for her. on screen, and I paid him, like I would have paid him for a gig or whatever. So this was supported him and also gave us entertainment on the Zoom call. And I played it, and she works for Health Canada, so it was he has a bit about it's called the creepy coworker. I'll send you the link. It's hilarious. So, anyways, I knew my sister would love it, and by the end of his routine, she was like crying. It was so funny. So that was like our first Zoom birthday party, and then I had the cake, and then we sang her happy birthday, and then I blew out the candles, and then doesn't all the wax from the candles go all over my screen of my computer, because you kind of lose track that you're actually on the computer. Like you really feel like you're there, type of thing. But yeah, so we did a few Zoom parties. I've been on a few Zoom comedy nights, and then the YouTube, of course, doing the live streams and that. So yeah, I would say I've definitely taken advantage.
That's really good. I love that idea. I think a lot of comedians who are going to watch this are going to be like, "Hey, I should sell my content or sell my jump onto
Exactly.
Zoom calls." You're giving me some great ideas here.
Oh my God, yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
good. Heather, you have too many great ideas. This is I wrote too many questions for you. You have too many great things to say. All right, so let's see what we can have here. Has doing creative work, I mean, you do creative work all the time, but has doing creative work kind of helped you stay saner during this period? Like, has it helped you to anchor you in any way?
Yeah, I would say so. And I always work on creative projects, but I would say I'm doing much more art, like painting, drawing, fine art type of thing, than I ever had before, just because, we have more time. That's actually another Zoom thing that I do once a week, is I hop on Zoom with my sister and another friend of mine, and we make art. So we don't see what each other is working on, but we see each other like this, and we're all working on our own art project, and then we show it like on screen type of thing. And then what I've done recently, because I started a new YouTube art channel, so I have an overhead camera, which is my iPod, and I film what I'm making. So by the end of our Zoom call, where we're just like, yakking and laughing and whatever, so I just turn off the volume on the filming my artwork. And then what I do is I edit it, and I create like a fast speed video for YouTube for a demonstration of whatever I'm painting or whatever. And then I have a bunch of musician friends that I've, purchased some music from them. I put their music on the video and upload it. So whereas I was starting to like feel bad I wasn't getting around to making the filming videos for the art channel. I'm like, well, why don't I just kill two birds with one stone? I'll just film myself making art, because I'm doing it anyways, and then do it that way. So now once a week I'm guaranteed to have a video on that channel. So that's really cool.
That's fantastic. Yeah, Tom and
Yeah.
I, we learned, we were just having these hour-long conversations, and we're like, let's just do it on the internet. Like, what are we
Yeah.
doing here?
Yeah.
And that's part of like the theme for today's show is do what you love, like find a way to do what you love and make it more valuable. Like you might
Yeah.
think, oh, I'm the only one who's interested in this, but you might be surprised. But if you make it available to the public in some shape or form, that
Yeah.
it can lead to one thing, lead to another thing, that the things that you do for fun or the things that you do as a
Yeah.
hobby or whatever can actually be things that are rewarding in other ways.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's so many instances of that. Like I know, I write comics as well. And so often, like most of my comics are just like random conversations with my daughter, Mimi, just the silly stuff we say in the car or whatever. And so I've gotten to the point where I have my iPod ready, and then if we say something that's ridiculous, I say, oh, write it down. So she'll write it down, and then I have all these comic notes in my iPod, and then taking pictures all over the place. And then when the idea sort of percolates a little bit, then I'll put it together in just one of these 4-panel comics, and it's basically just a conversation. But it's like these memes, where you find things ironic and sarcastic or crazy, and it's kind of nice to document these things, because you forget, right? And if I don't write it down, I'm going to forget for sure.
Totally.
Yeah.
No, that makes a lot of sense. As a comedian, I know, like, This is great. I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
To
It's
30
like
minutes later, it's totally gone.
gone, gone. Yeah, yeah, no, for sure.
Okay, I don't want to keep you too much longer here. I would ask you how you stay motivated, but I think you're just.
Well, I actually answered that on paper, and because that was another one I hadn't really thought about before. And I would say the two main things that motivate me is, one, I made a schedule, so I'm kind of like stuck to it. Tip Tuesdays, live stream Wednesday, and Saturday I post a video. So I think when we create a schedule for ourselves, they become like non-negotiables, like this has to get done. I don't have a choice. Whereas before, when I didn't have a schedule on YouTube, it's like, oh, maybe I'll do a video, maybe I won't. And
Mhm.
so I think that's it. When you have things that are non-negotiable. And then the other thing that keeps me motivated is people ask for stuff all the time, like, oh, can you do my name in wire? Can you make a cat angel? Can you do, a dragon? And that's where these ideas come from. So if it was just something for myself, I might not be so motivated, but because somebody wants it, and maybe it's, everybody has a people pleaser in them, maybe that's what it is, or maybe it's just like my creative artist mind that wants to, make something different and something new. But
Mhm.
that's definitely keeps me motivated, is doing special requests and stuff.
Fantastic. Yeah,
Yeah.
accountability really is a good thing, whether it's
Yeah.
setting a schedule or just something that you know puts the pressure on a little, that says that there will be a cost if you don't do it
Yeah.
now, but as opposed
Yeah.
to there's no price to pay before. And it doesn't have to be hefty, or it can be. You can give $100 to your friend and say, hey, if I don't get these videos done, then keep the 100, and then
Yeah.
maybe you'll get that done. But also sharing with other people is a great way of tapping into to motivation, because then the interests of other people um, pull inspires you to do more, because
Yeah.
now your creation is not just within you, it's not just within your mind. You
Yeah.
get to share it with other people, and there's a satisfaction that comes along with sharing it with other people. So
Definitely. Yeah.
who you share that with is important, right? It's just,
Yeah.
especially if you're starting out, you might not want to scream it from the rooftops.
Yeah.
But if there are people that you trust, or
Yeah.
actually anonymous people online, that's I find that interacting with people online feels a lot less scary, because I don't know them, as
Yeah.
opposed to telling your family and friends, oh, I have this idea, I'm writing this book, I want to get it done. But if I
Yeah.
tell strangers online, there's a type of separation that can still give me motivation, but doesn't
Yeah.
make me feel so afraid.
Yeah, and I also try not to put too much pressure on myself. Like last year, I started writing a book about making pendants, and I had it all like laid out on Canva, and I was editing, and I was like, it was almost ready to go. And I'm like, well, I better get a few people to read it first. So I got some, feedback on it and stuff. And it was, all the pages said copyright 2020, 2020, 2020. And then I'm like, oh, it's 2021. I guess I better change all of those. But I mean, to me, it's all about like letting go of that control, So it didn't get done in 2020, whatever, it'll get done. And if I have to edit it and put 2022, so be it. But it'll probably get out this year. But I think that's it. Sometimes it's just not the right time. And you do want to put a certain amount of pressure on yourself, but at the same
Yeah,
time, we only have this one life to live. So why should I just like stress out about it? If it doesn't get done, it doesn't get done. If it gets done later, it's fine, but it's definitely not the end of the world.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's good. A very good point to make here. All right. So, okay. So I want to try to move quickly here, because I really want to get to the happy questions. I don't want to keep you too
Yeah.
long. Already we've been, I mean, we could talk. I know, I know
I'm
you, we could
fine.
talk the whole time, but I don't want to give you too long. If the answer is no, then it's fine. Has anything surprised you in the past year or so? Like during 2020, did anything surprise you, that's worth mentioning?
I just had to check. I had to check my list because I didn't know at first, and then I wrote it down. So one thing was, um I'm perfectly happy not going downtown 3 times a week, that surprised me. That surprised
Wow.
me because I was someone that went out, and everybody knows me for that. I go out all the time. I go to
All the
live
time.
events all the time, and I love that stuff, but it's because it's a creative experience, and I've just found other ways to explore creative things and support, artists, because a big part of it for me was supporting fellow artists and stuff. So I found other ways to do that. Instead of like spending 2 hours travel time to go downtown, I go for like an hour, 2 hour walk. So that, it's actually better for the health anyways. And then the other thing I wrote down that surprised me is I'm okay with Tim Hortons coffee. I used to hate Tim Hortons coffee because I used to love to go downtown to these coffee shops, to have a Americano and, really high end coffee and whatever. And I'm like, since the pandemic, I'm fine to drive through and pick up a shitty Tim Hortons coffee. my tastes have evolved or devolved. Anyways, those are the two things that surprised me.
That's really funny. I bet there's some hardcore coffee drinkers out there going, "No, how dare you?
Try it, you'll like it."
Okay, so let's see. What can I ask you here? Okay, I'll ask you this. Do you have any guiding principles, like any, whether it's a mantra, a personal belief that you have, any guiding principles that sort of follow you along as you make your decisions in life?
I think like the big word that comes to mind when I think about principles is integrity. And I think that's just like a really big one for me, that you just really have to follow your values and do what you think is right. And I don't know how else to put it. It's just I'm someone that's always had a lot of integrity. Like especially with customer service, with people, with my on Etsy. To me, my mantra has always been the customer is always right. Like I think when you're in a place of service as an entrepreneur, it's very important that it's the people on the other side, the customers that are that you have to think about, not yourself. So like letting go of your ego and I would say that's like a really big one for me, like really valuing other people, which is something that I do with YouTube as well. Like I don't feel that I'm like the guru teaching people how to make stuff. I really feel that I'm on this journey learning with other people. And I've always believed when you teach, you learn. And that's, I would say one of my mantras is I'm a lifelong learner. Every time I teach a class or do a live stream, I learn just as much as everybody else that's on the other side. So that's me in a nutshell.
That's beautiful. I like that integrity, service to others, and yeah, this recognition that when you are serving others and when you are being creative in that way, you're learning yourself and you're improving
Yeah.
yourself. That in a roundabout way to service to yourself as well,
Yes.
right? Honoring
Yes.
others honors you. I
Yeah.
love that philosophy, and I wish more people had that, especially the customer service thing that you mentioned.
Yeah.
I find it lacking in a lot of businesses, big
Yeah.
and small. And when I do find it, whether it's a restaurant, or it could be a comedian who really honors the audience, it could be
Yes.
a TV show, whatever it is. Then I really like that. Like Discord, for example,
Yeah.
when you say, "Oh, there's not full of ads," well, to me, that's some measure of caring about your audience and who's
Yeah.
going to be using it, as opposed to using it as a tool for something else. So
Yeah.
integrity, I love that. I love that.
Thank you.
All right. So, what would you like people to know about Heather Boyd Wire?
Which question is that?
That's a second. That's a second
Hang
to
on.
last above the fold.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
Because
it's just where to find you.
I
I
wrote
don't
some.
know.
Do you know that word pithy?
Yes.
Pithy. I heard that word. I don't know if you know these duo called the Minimalist. The Minimalists.
No.
They're a very interesting duo. They did a Netflix special. They have a YouTube channel. They're called the Minimalists, and they were both two guys that worked in high tech or something. They were both had very wealthy, and then they decided they wanted to live a more minimalist lifestyle. And so their thing is teaching people how to live a minimalist lifestyle. And then there's one of the two guys that always uses the word pithy, and I'm like, what the hell does that mean? And so I looked it up because occasionally I come across these words I've never heard before. So it just means like a very concise answer, right? But he says it so often, I just want to strangle him. But anyways, I don't know if he says it all the time anymore, but it's really, I like the sense of the word. I don't like the actual word itself, but I wrote a very pithy answer to that. What was the question again?
What would you like people to know about Heather Boyd Wire?
Okay, so the answer that came to my mind, because what I did with these questions, I just wrote an immediate answer, and what I want people to know is that I'm a work in progress, and I think that's, that's basically says a lot about how when you teach you learn type of thing, and I really do
Mhm.
believe we are all works in progress, and I never want to get to the point where I think, oh, this is it, that's I'm good type of thing. That's why I could never envision like actually retiring, because it's just, especially with what I do, it's always changing and it's always evolving, and that's what I love about it. So I'm going to stick with that.
Excellent. I like that. Beautiful. Work in progress. I find that that's been, I mean, maybe it's just me, but I find that when I was like the previous generation or when I was younger, the idea of putting yourself forward as ready, complete, whether it's
Mm,
a TV show or whatever. Now we have like YouTube and social media where a work in progress often is what people are looking for, even
yeah,
in major artists. Like they want to understand what you're dealing with, the troubles that you're facing, the challenges that you're overcoming, that you are work in progress. And there isn't the same award for seeming perfect. Like people don't
yeah.
trust you as much anymore. Like a work in progress is not, it's a badge of honor now.
Yes, yes. Yeah, no,
Beautiful.
definitely. No.
All right. So before we get to the happy questions, how can people interact with you and what you do? Where can they find you? How can they interact with you? What would you like them to do?
Okay, so if you want to see my work on Etsy, it's Heather Boyd Wire, and so we make wire wedding cake toppers, custom jewelry, gifts, bookmarks, all kinds of things. If you want to make your own jewelry, you go to Heather Boyd Wire on YouTube. And if you want to read some ridiculous, silly comics, you can go to Heather Boyd Comics on Instagram.
Excellent. I will put all those links down in the description. All right. Wonderful. Oh, by the way, even if you don't care about making wire jewelry, go check it out. It's fun to watch people be creative. It's fun to watch people do different things. I love following Heather and what she's doing. She's absolutely excellent. One of my favorite people on this planet.
Aw.
Um, it's
Ditto,
absolutely wonderful.
Peter. I'm
Oh,
very
thank you
happy
so
to be
much.
here. Awesome.
All right, so here are some frivolous questions. Okay, so these are some happy questions. We don't have to take them too seriously. You can just say whatever comes to mind. Don't worry about it. Um, if you could add, remove, or change one thing to improve the world, what would that be?
Yeah, this one, yeah, I definitely have just a very simple answer to that. Just more compassion, more empathy. That's to me, that's a big one. Yeah, I'd love to see
Beautiful.
more of that.
Compassion and empathy. We can't have too much of that. That's beautiful.
Mm.
Next question. Who were okay, this I wrote this in. I wrote this incorrectly, and this has nothing to do with my handwriting. I wrote it by text. So I
Okay,
want to. I'm looking for what you love. All right,
okay,
is a who, a where, and a what. All right, is there a
okay.
person you love, a place that you love, and a thing that you love? It doesn't have to be the best thing that you love. Just whatever comes to mind.
Well, I love Montreal for the place. Person, I don't like to pinpoint a person, but I would definitely say just family in general. I'm very blessed to have a very supportive, creative, fun family. So that's great. And just the thing would be, I guess, would just be art. All kinds of art in general, making art,
Excellent.
viewing art. Yeah,
I wish more and more people did art, and actually, more and more people are doing art. And I think that will help in some level with compassion and empathy because
yeah,
understanding what's happening within you and that creative process really makes you understand the process that other people are going through, especially
yeah,
if you're facing challenges in what you're creating.
yeah, yeah,
Excellent.
definitely.
What do you pay? Okay, you've mentioned this, but what do you pay attention to? All right, I know before the pandemic you paid attention to everything. Uh,
True.
is there something that you like, maybe that you haven't mentioned, whether it's a TV show or a book or a speaker or anything that you like to pay attention to? Anything at all. It could be the clouds, it could be the sky.
Something that I've paid more attention to in the last years are just life's ironies. You know, this whole meme culture. I've really got sucked into the meme culture since writing my comics because a lot of people that like my comics are really into memes, and it's just seeing the ironies in life, sarcasm, humor, seeing the humor and everything. That's I pay a lot of attention to seeing the humor in a lot of things, which is why I love live comedy. And so I would say, especially in the last couple of years, that's what I put a lot of my attention on.
Excellent. Excellent. If you could speak to everyone in the world at once, just once, what would you tell them?
Uh, oh, just to be kind. You
Be
know,
kind.
just be kind.
I like that. I like that. Be kind. Um, okay, I want to ask you, what is your purpose? I think it's super obvious. Listening to you, checking you out, your purpose to
Yeah.
create, to make the world more beautiful, a better place,
And to
to inspire.
inspire other people to create, really. I think that's my big I really believe that's my purpose, especially with what I'm doing on YouTube, is just to really inspire people to let go of their inhibitions and just be
Mhm.
creative. Yeah, and
Beautiful.
I've seen some beautiful results, you know, especially like now with the art channel and with the wire channel. And people can see it. Like I put together slideshows of viewers' work that people do based on my tutorials, and they blow me away every time. Like, and you can see the quality of the slideshows gets even better and better, and people create this incredible, like I plant the seed and they make this incredible work, like of wire art and paintings and all kinds of stuff. So it's amazing.
I bet that's a lot of fun to see. And
Mm.
all right, this one might be weird, but I like weird questions. Which would you rather know for a fact? Like, what would you, what if you could know something for a fact? Would you
Mhm.
rather know about the afterlife, if there is one or not, aliens, if they exist or not, or ancient history, like maybe
Mm.
lost civilizations or lost technology or something about the past that we don't know now? What would you, if you had to pick one of those things, where would your interest lie?
Well, that would be easy because I have no interest in knowing what's in the afterlife. It's not really relevant. It's can't do anything about it. Um, and the aliens, it's funny you should ask because I never thought about it that much, but I guess I always had an aversion to the whole idea of aliens and topics about aliens because I remember about 30 years ago, my friend made me a painting, and what it was a painting with alien like imagery and some other like painting around it. And she made me this painting because I had this aversion towards aliens, and she made me this painting for some reason. I don't even remember the details of it, but and I never even really thought about it until you asked that question. So I definitely don't want to know anything about aliens. I ended up painting over her painting because I didn't like it at all. In fact, I didn't paint over it when Mimi was like 3 years old. I got her to paint over it, like just with abstract painting. And I think I still have it. Anyways, so ixnay on the how do you say aliens in Pig Latin? Can you even say aliens in Pig Latin? Liens. I don't think you can. Anyways, no aliens. But yeah, the ancient what was it? Ancient history? Ancient history. Fascinating. I would love to know more. Bring it
Oh yes,
on. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Last question here is: if you could have any superpower, what superpower would it be?
And that was easy too. Teleportation. Oh
Teleportation.
my god. And I don't know how many times I'm on Zoom with my friend doing art, and I'm like, "Oh, if only I had this so and so paintbrush or this that." And she holds it up to me and I'm like, "Just give it to me." Yeah, teleportation for sure. So many
That's
places
good.
I'd love to Zoom to and just like for 5 minutes and come back. It'd be awesome.
Absolutely. Oh, that's
Yeah.
great. I love that. I'm right with you. I do not want to wake up one morning and they're like, aliens are confirmed and they're on their
Yeah.
way here. No, teleport me out
No.
of here real quick. I got to
Exactly.
find something to do. Heather, this has
Exactly.
been so much fun. I
Oh
want to
my
thank you so much
god.
for participating here. Very few people, I think, would talk to me for an hour and not give me any grief about it.
Oh,
So I'm
no.
so
I
happy.
love it. I've been looking forward to this when you mentioned it to me a couple of weeks ago. I've been really looking forward to it.
And
Yeah.
I've just been dealing with technical challenges, but
Yeah.
finally I got it done, and I'm super
Yay.
happy this is the case. Thank you so much for your time, and have a nice evening.
Oh, you too, Peter. Have a great night, and I'm gonna go share it.
Yes, yes, that's
Yes.
right. Perfect.
Perfect.
Take care for
Okay.
now.
Take care. Bye.
Bye. Boy, that was a lot of fun. Man, did we go long. I could see the number of viewers just like going down, but it's fine. It's okay. It's like 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock, folks. It's not that late. But it was a wonderful conversation with Heather Boyd. If you want to find out more about her, check out heatherboydwire.com, Heather Boyd Wire on YouTube, and of course, everywhere else, Instagram and all the good things. And check out her comics. They're really a lot of fun. I get a good kick out of it. Some of the Wire things she does, I won't even tell you, but some of the Wire things she does, oh, the sense of humor that goes into there, really, really cool. That was a lot of fun. Okay, so what do I have coming up next here? So I've got a fireside chat that we're going to be doing. I'm going to be asking you about your day. I'm going to be doing a little bit of ranting, talking later on. I feel like a little weird because of how long we've gone, but I've been gone for too long and I feel like doing it. All right. Are you good with that? Are you good with that? I think you're good with that. If you have any questions or comments, any statements you want to make, I'm paying attention to the chat as best as I can down below, so you can post that. If you haven't done it yet, make sure to go over to youtube.com/happy for a change and click subscribe and then hit that little bell so you know when a new video gets uploaded or when I go live. We're doing a lot of things on the Happy for a Change channel. Right now, we're streaming over on Facebook, but we won't be streaming on Facebook for very long. We're going to be moving on to YouTube in the near future. So make sure you go over there to subscribe and get ready. Wow, I had a lot of fun. That was a total blast. It felt really good. So, I got to tell you about our fireside chat. So, Happy for a Change is on Telegram now. And on Telegram, you can join our text chat and voice chat room. This is where we can text each other and we can actually speak with our voice. In fact, right now, I'm going to be going on to Telegram on Fireside Chat, and you can hear me talking in the Telegram group. And if you're there, you can talk back to me. All right. So I'm going to be posting that link in just 1 second. I got a comment here from Heather. That was so fun, Peter. Thank you. It was a blast, Heather. It was an absolute blast. I am super grateful that you did this. I was kind of nervous about doing all this and trying out the technology, but I knew that you'd be the best person. You wouldn't give me any grief. So, love your spirit, love your energy, love the work that you're doing, and I'll be following you. I follow you everywhere. Anyway, I'm stalking you. I shouldn't have admitted that. All right, folks, we're going to be testing out the fireside chat. So let me post the link here to our chat if you want to join in. All right, let's see. Where do I get this link? Where do I get this link? I will get this link right here. I'm going to post it in the chat. Info. Ooh. How do I do this again? Hey Sam, if you're watching, if you can help me get the link for this thing, I'm not entirely sure. Now that I'm looking here, I'm not entirely sure where the link is. Come on, come on. Come on, people now. All of your brother, everybody get together. I want to use this. All right. I'm not entirely sure how to get this. Sam, Tom, and anybody who's watching out there, if you can just figure out how to get this link to the fireside chat, or if I have to invite people directly. So just search for fireside, I think, on Telegram, and you'll let me know if there's a link. You could post it down below. Uh, there it is. There it is. Thank you so much, Samantha. Samantha Barley, self discovery life coach extraordinaire. Let me copy the message, copy invite link. Let me go over to our page here. Oops, don't click on that. And can I post this down below? All right, I'm going to post this right here. If I post this right here, I'm typing on the wrong computer. Let me not stop my feed here. All right, post it right there. Oh, Sam posted it. Thank you, Sam. So the link is in the description down below. It's in the chat. She posted it on Facebook. I think she might post it on YouTube. We'll see. And you can join the fireside chat. If you join this chat, then you'll be able to hear me speaking. So let me pull that up here and see if I can hear you folks. All right. Get that into here. We're all set. All right. So is anybody listening in the fireside chat room? Oh, I'm hearing a weird sound here. Okay, let me leave the chat. I'll be right back. Close you. Join back. Hello, is anybody there? Hello, is anybody there? Wait, what'd you say about banning me? All right, so let me see if this is coming through. You guys keep talking. Let me see if I can hear you on online. You are speaking. All right, keep talking. You are speaking. All right, keep talking. I'm just listening. I'm just listening. Okay, I'm not hearing. I'm not hearing the voice. I don't know why. I mean, I'm hearing a little bit, but it's kind of hard to hear. All right, let me close this here because I'm not going to hear it there. Um, Look, we're testing out new technology here, so thank you for keeping up with me, staying here with me. I really appreciate it. All right, let me click on here. I'll be able to hear it better. All right, are you folks hearing it all on YouTube? All right, I'm not hearing the audio. Let me just go back into here. All right, talk again. Okay, I see you registering there. If I open up the properties here, Telegram chat, monitor output. All right. Well, I'm having a little bit of difficulty hearing because I hear you folks in my ear, and then hearing it on the computer is kind of hard to tell. So if somebody else can check it out, not even a little, right? I'm not hearing it. All right. Um, should I spend time doing this? Should I spend time doing this? I think so. Mute when capturing. Okay, let me unmute it. It's I don't know. I guess I, it's a little harder, but I think so. Mute. All right. All right. All right. Okay. So the fireside show. I'm I'm a little disappointed because I wanted to have the voice chat when I did stand-up comedy and the fireside chat. Maybe it will pick up here. All right. So, oh, I think I know what the issue is. All right. Say something. All right. No, I don't think that worked. All right. Okay. So I guess I'm gonna have to test this out another time, but that's okay. Let me change this back, and then we'll get on with the rest of the show. I think that's what everybody's looking for. The rest of the show. Change that right back here. Okay. All right. Well, maybe it will start working at some point. Maybe. Anyway, one can only hope. Well, thank you for everybody who's watching. Thank you to Tom Hartman and Samantha Barley and Melissa Hartman for helping me out with all this. I really appreciate it. I know you're watching, you got my back, you're checking the audio levels. Sam was telling me about the audio, so I feel very appreciative. I am very happy. I feel very blessed to be supported by so many people in my life. People out there rooting for me. I'm working very hard, and they're working even harder keeping me going. So, you folks are out there, you are my motivation, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. I know it was a long show so far, an hour and 9 minutes, and I didn't even get to the comedy yet. But just you folks don't know, but Samantha and Tom were saying that they really enjoyed the interview, that it went really well. That's what you said, right? I'm not. Not Actually, if you go over to the fireside chat, you might actually hear them. They might not even be there anymore, actually. But they were really enjoying the interview, and I really enjoyed the interview. Did you enjoy the interview? Let me know down in the comments down below. If you've checked out Heather Boyd Wire's stuff and you like her stuff, let her know down in the comments down below, whether on Facebook or on YouTube. I and she will be happy to hear your feedback. I've never made wire jewelry before. I've definitely worn wire jewelry before, and I do have some ideas that I'd like to commission from Heather Boyd Wire for Bagu Nightly, but she does really great stuff. All right, fireside chat. Well, the Telegram group isn't working right now on the live stream, but it is up and running. And the link that I shared with you, you're able to join that group. And in that group, I want to be in your pocket. Okay, the Telegram audio is going to be in your pocket. You get this app, it's in your pocket, and then you're going to be able to chat with us, with me. You're going to be able to voice chat with me. We're going to be doing voice chat events. You don't have to worry about your webcam. You don't have to look pretty at Zoom. It's just your voice. You can pop in, pop out, just listen anytime that you want. I'll be asking you how your day is. I'll be motivating you, inspiring you, just a constant reminder, a regular reminder, I should say, not constant, a regular reminder to pay attention and that you matter. So if that sounds like something that might be fun for you, join the Fireside Chat group. Right now, I posted the link here. The Fire Chat will be only available to patrons. So right now, it's a little test. So if you get it now, you might get lucky, but it's going to be, you'll be able to test it out for a little while. But it'll be open to patrons for $5 a month, $5 US. Just go over to patreon.com/happyforachange and become a patron. As soon as you sign up, you're going to get a link in your email that is going to give you the link to the Telegram group. So we're in, it's called Fireside, and that's where we're just going to have a little chat with you. Bonus, it's not only me that's going to be in there. We've got Samantha Barley, life coach extraordinaire, self-discovery life coach extraordinaire. We have Val Soule, who's also a life coach, who's going to be in the room. And we have Elvira Alinzanova, who is part of the Law of Attraction team, part of the Fireside team, and has been working with me for many, many years. So we're there to uplift you. We're there to offer you guidance. We're there to offer you some type of entertainment. And if you find that interesting, definitely check it out. Patreon.com/happyforchange. $5 a month gets me in your pocket, and you want that. All right. One of the greatest compliments I ever get, and I've gotten it a few times. People come to my meetups and to my events, and they go, "Peter, if I could just have you bottled up in my pocket so I could just hear you whenever I need you." That's what this Telegram group is all about. If you haven't tried out this new technology, if you haven't downloaded Telegram, it's free. It's on iOS and on Android. Go and download that thing. It's a messenger platform that I really, really love. It's really fun, and I'm inviting you to join us. I want you to join us. I need you to join us. Come, talk to me. And I'll be there throughout the day, throughout the weeks. All right. Folks, how was your day? How was your day? Did you have a good day? Did you have a great day? Did you have a terrible day? I had a pretty good day because I got to talk to my friend Heather Boyd. What did you do today? Did your day rub you the wrong way? Did you have trouble to deal with? Was it raining where you were? I'm very curious. See, if we were in a Telegram chat, I could find out how your day was. Oh, Heather Boyd's in the chat. Hi, Heather. Thanks for joining the chat. Actually, let me put this in my ear just in case. Can I hear it? Can I hear it? Can I hear it? I can't help it. Is there a chat going on? Where's the voice? No, I gotta start. I'm sorry. I can't resist, folks. And if you join the Telegram group, I will be chatting with you on a regular basis. All right, let's start a voice chat. All right, put you on mute. Join you here. Hello, hello, hello. All right. Well, Heather or anybody who's in the room, if you're doing the chat, I'll be able to hear you. Other people won't be able to hear you, but I'll be able to hear you. And I'll be able to talk to you as long as I'm talking to the mic. How was your day? You know, every single moment of every single day, you have the ability to make a choice to move yourself in the direction of who you want to be or away from it. I hear someone talking in my ear. Okay, Samantha. All right, all right, all right. I thought it was somebody else. It's just Sam. All right, yeah, no, she just chatted with us for an hour. She doesn't have to voice chat. I'm just keeping it in my ear just in case, just so I can listen to you. Okay, I'm not talking to you in the room anymore. I'm not talking to you, folks. I'm just going to talk to the camera, talk to the world because this is super distracting. But I'm so in love with it. I so wish it was working right now for you folks. Anyway, how was your day? I want to remind you to pay attention because when you pay attention during your day, when you pay attention to what's going on, then you have more of an ability to shape what your day is like. And even if your day was piss poor ass backwards, you can still improve tomorrow, right? Every single moment of every single day is an opportunity for you to learn, for you to grow, for you to make a choice. And choices are what changes your life. Choice is what changes your life. Choice is what creates who you are. Okay, I'm gonna have to. I'm sorry. I have them in my ear. I can't help it. I want them there, but I can hear my own voice now. So I'm just gonna put. I'm gonna just. I'm just gonna. What do I do? I'm gonna lower the volume a bit. Okay. All right. I'm gonna mute Heather Boyd. I'm sorry. I gotta mute you just for a second. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna ignore it. I can't help it. I want you to be in the fireside chat. I'm listening to them. I can hear Heather Boyd giggling in the background there. It's perfectly fine. Okay. I don't have ADHD. I'm able to focus on one thing and tune into that without being distracted. Huh? What? Huh? Huh? How was your day? I want to know how your day was. You can write down in the chat below, write down as a comment, oops, how was your day? Because I'm very curious. I wonder, are you like me? When you wake up in the morning, do you tell yourself, it's time to tackle this day with everything that I got? And if I find a wall, I'm going to find a way over it, around it, or underneath it, right? Is that what you're doing? Do you wake up in the morning and do that? Why not? Why not? It takes too much effort to be positive. It takes too much effort to try hard. It takes too much effort to be positive and uplifting. It takes too much effort to believe in myself. It takes too much effort to try. I find it takes more effort to be negative. I find it takes more effort to be down. I find it takes more effort to deal with negative thought patterns. Don't you think? Whatever effort you think you're avoiding by not focusing your mind and taking charge of your life and taking charge of the day, whatever effort you think you're avoiding, you're paying for it on the back end, right? Look, I think it's an effort for me to, shower. It's an effort. I'll admit it. I don't wake up every morning eager to shower. Some people, they do that. Some people, they wake up and they go, oh, a shower is a great thing. A shower is a great thing. I don't feel that way. It's easy for me to decide, I'm not going to shower. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to make the effort to go shower. You know what happens? I stink. I stink. At some point, I start stinking and I go, I'm trying to do my work, but I'm smelling myself. Or I have to rush to go outside. Oh, now I got to find some time during the day to shower. Or I'm going to have to go to the grocery store stinking and now I got that mask on and I'm smelling my... This is way grosser than I expected. I'm just joking around. I do shower. But there are a lot of things in life that, it takes a lot of effort to do. But if you don't do that effort, the consequences are way worse. And when it comes to showering or brushing your teeth, the consequences are immediate. You can see it right away. But when it comes to taking charge of your mental processes, when it comes time to believe in yourself, to feel inspired, to work on something that might bring life into you, the excuses that people have to not do it, I don't understand. Right? I don't get it. Do you get it? Do you get what holds you back? I don't know. I'm on a mission to remind people that their attention matters. Why? Because I feel like that is the starting point. Awareness is the starting point before anything can change. Awareness of who you are, awareness of who you want to be, awareness of where you're going. Unless you have awareness. Have you ever tried to do anything without awareness? Try to cook without awareness. Try to drive without awareness, right? I'm driving, and even if I have Google Maps on, right? And if I'm not paying attention to Google Maps, oh, I missed that turn. Oh, now I gotta go get the next exit. It's a half an hour detour in order for me to get back because I'm not paying attention. Everything gets harder. So much of life gets harder when you don't pay attention. Look, do you have to be obsessive like me? Do you have to analyze every thought that comes into your mind? Do you have to dig up every emotion that you have and figure out what it means and what it's telling you? Yes. No, you don't have to. Just do more than what you have been doing. Do more than what you typically do. And then ask yourself, evaluate, has my day been better because I paid attention? There's so much going on in this life. You have opportunity all around you if you have the mindset to pay attention for it. I want to talk to people about doing their own thing. And in a few moments, a bad guru will be out here and he'll be talking about doing what you love. Because it's of vital importance for you to do what you love, not only for yourself, but for the world around you. However difficult, however effort you might find it takes in order to live a life of passion and to do what drives you and what you love, however difficult you find that to be, it'll be more difficult for future generations if you don't tackle it. If we all continue to accept living a life where we don't pay attention, where we don't do what we love, where we don't exercise our ability to create, if we allow ourselves to do this, the next generation is going to have it harder. Just like if the generation that did it before made it harder for us. I want to start a new habit of behavior. How about we start paying attention, recognizing what we value, and moving in the direction of what we value? That's the other thing. It's not enough to just be aware of who you are and aware of what you're doing and aware of what's going right or what's going wrong. It's making a choice within your heart, taking action to move in the direction of that which calls you. And when we do that, you improve not only yourself, but the world around you. I asked you about how was your day because it's a critical, important question that I feel like most people don't even ask themselves. They get to the end of the day and all they want to do is shut off their brain, go to bed, and escape the day that they just had. Maybe it's because I don't really like sleep. And so sleep for me is not an escape. Part of the reasons I don't like sleep is that when I go to sleep, if I haven't lived a life of passion, if I haven't done what I love, my dreams, they're terrible. I dream either completely boring life, just run of the mill, sitting in a cubicle life, or I dream something way worse. I'm stuck. I can't move. But when I spend my time during the day moving in the direction of what I want and creating myself and loving more, then my dreams reflect that. Then I have a far better time in my sleep and a far better time waking up in the morning. How was your day? Ask yourself that on a regular basis. Ask yourself, how was your day? And whatever answer you get, find a way to improve upon that. How can I make tomorrow better? All right. I'm just reading the comments down here below. All right. I think it's time to get back, Guru. What do you think? What do you think? Folks who are watching, you want more of this fireside chat? This is just a little taste of what you'll get if you come into the chat room. I'm going to be there. I'll ask you how your day is going. We'll keep it going. You can have a motivational speaker in your pocket. And every now and again, it'll pop in and do some voice chats, and you can tell me how you're feeling and ask whatever questions, and we can just have a little conversation. Okay? I do one-on-one consultation sessions. I do one-on-ones with people. This is like having your own little one-on-one. All right? Are we going to spend an hour talking? Yeah, probably. Actually, now that I think about it. There's so few people in the group right now, you're probably going to get a lot of my time. That's incentive for you to go over to patreon.com/happyforchange and become a patron for $5 a month US. You can take part in all that Happy for Change has to offer, including, well, most of what Happy Change has to offer, including the Telegram audio and voice, the text chat and voice chat room. So definitely come on over. Come on over. You're absolutely welcome. The water's fine. All right, folks. I'm going to be transforming into Bad Guru. Just taking a look at my comments, making sure there's nothing else that I got to pay attention to here. All right. All right. What's going on here? All right. I think I can take this off right now. All right, so if you give me a moment, I am going to change, and I'll be over here, doing stand up in just one moment. All right, I know you haven't seen Bad Guru in a little while. Bad Guru is excited to talk to you. We're gonna joke around a little bit, rant a little bit, and encourage you even more to do what you love. To do what you love. I'm gonna kind of explore that topic a little bit more. I want to say thank you once more to Heather Boyd. Absolutely fantastic. Great interview. If you haven't seen it, the clip is going to be released on our YouTube channel. So go to youtube.com/happy for a change and make sure you hit subscribe and that little bell so you get notified when that video gets posted live. Got more interviews coming up as the days are going. Deanne Dupree is going to be on here. We've got Daniel Karen, a comedian, who's coming on here. Just very cool people. So follow us. Check me out on Twitter. Happy for Change on Twitter. I'll be posting stuff there to stay up to date. And of course, in the Telegram group. Did I mention the Telegram group? Can you see how excited I am about the Telegram group? Join the Telegram group. You definitely want to do it. You definitely want to do it. You definitely want to do it. Go to your app store, download Telegram if you haven't had it, and join the Fireside group. The link is right in the description for now. All right, that's it. I'm stalling. I know I'm stalling. It's getting late. I gotta go. Time to become Bad Guru. All right, see you in just uno second. All right, all right. How do I change this? It's been so long, I've totally forgot. Where's my, oh yeah. All right.
I hear you.
All right, testing 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello, hello. Oh, bam, bam, showtime. All right, testing 1, 2, 3. Check, check, 1, 2. Can everybody hear me? If you can hear me, say yeah. If you can hear me, say yeah. All right, all right, all right. Let's get this ready. Hello, hello. Can anybody hear me? Uh, Are y'all hearing me? All right, I'm going to get a confirmation in just 1 second. You know what? I'm going to confirm it for myself. Yay! I can be heard. Did I see yeah in the comments? Let me just keep this here for the comments because it's pretty funny. Heather, Heather says, "Yeah, I hear you. All right, great. Everybody can hear me. Fantastic, perfect. Everybody can hear me. Great. I thought I was going to be able to hear you in my headset here. Not today, Peter. Just let it go. Bad Guru, just let it go. It's okay. It's all right. You'll get it right next time, or the time after that, or the time after that. I'm freaking pissed off, folks. Look, all right. I was all for 2 weeks to stop the spread. And I was all for social distancing, especially with the coughing. I'm all for social distancing. Stay away from people. All right. That's fine by me. Don't bother me none. Doesn't bother me none. I like the people who come to my events. But everybody else out there, yeah, you want to walk a wide radius around me, right? You want to avoid me? You want to walk around with a mask? Yeah, I'll live in that planet. I want to live in that world for a few months. That's sure, 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 sure. Yeah. But now we've got a freaking curfew in Montreal. A curfew, 8 p.m. Okay, I think they just changed it over to 9:30 p.m. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was 8 p.m. and now it's 9:30 p.m. Thank you so much. Oh, I am so grateful that you're allowing me to be outside until 9:30. It's freaking crazy. I go to visit my love and I come back home, I drive back. I got to drive back in time to get parking. 6:30, 7 o'clock. Parking is freaking crazy downtown, man. There's no spots because half of them are gone because of construction. And then I got to be circling around for an hour just so I can avoid being stuck outside for curfew, get that $6,000 ticket. Yeah, you heard right. It's nuts. Curfew. Is it affecting my mood? You're darn right it's affecting my mood. I'm all about doing what you love. All right? You know what I love? You know what I love? I love group events. I like meeting people face to face. All right. This online thing, okay, it's fine, but it doesn't. It's no substitute for meeting people face to face. All right. There's no lag when I'm meeting people face to face. There's no like they're all of a sudden they're talking. Again, it freezes. Right. Did some of you think I just froze? Face to face, I can see micro expressions. I can see the twitches of their eyes. I can see everything. Dawn of recognition, confusion on their face. I can hear the tone of their voice. Like everything is picture clear, so clear when we're face to face with people. All right, and then a group, you feel that energy. That's what I love to do. I'm the motivational speaker, comedian guy. That's what I love to do, and I can't do what I want to do. I can't do what I want to do. Here I am, hours online. All right. over the internet. I would spend 2, 3, 4, 5 hours with people in my house at events. Man, do I love that. And I can't do what I love because of the lockdown. I'm reading news reports. I'm seeing videos. Other parts of the world, other parts of the United States, they're open back up. Texas, open back up. Florida, open back up. I keep hearing Joe Rogan say, hey, if you're down here in Texas, you wouldn't even know anything was happening. You wouldn't even know there was a pandemic. What? You know, here in Quebec, Montreal, Canada, for a large part, I had to be home by 8. Now 9:30. Thank you. 9:30. Thank you. Oh, merci beaucoup. J'apprécie tellement. J'apprécie tellement que tu me donnes la permission d'être dehors jusqu'à 9h30. Thank you so much for giving me the permission to be outside till 9:30. I thought we lived in a free society, folks. Look, I get it. All right. I don't want anybody to get sick. Yeah, I could go out there and meet people and be outside, but I'm not meeting people. Okay, I'm not gonna. But it hurts. You know what I mean? It really hurts. Anyway, I didn't mean to rant about the curfew, but it is what's happening. It is what's happening in my life. What's happening in your life? I want you to have a good life. I want us all to have a good life. And I don't think that's going to happen until we start realizing that we have to make different choices in our life. During this pandemic, has anything occurred to you in terms of realization and priorities, like how you're living your life, right? Have you reconsidered your job? Have you reconsidered the habits? Have you reconsidered what's going on? Because before the pandemic, you might be locked into like, oh, this is my life. These are the habits I'm locked into. I've been doing it for years. Okay. But then your patterns get disrupted. And you got to ask yourself, hey, wait a second. I'm going to be going back to work. I'm going back to that cubicle. I'm going back to that job. I'm going back to that thing. Unless it's something that you love, like, what's the point? Would you rather be making twice as much as you do doing something you don't like, or half as much as you do right now doing something that you love? Think about that. In my events, people come, and there's some variation to this question. It happens on a regular basis, okay? Far more often than I feel comfortable with. People come and they say, hey, Bad Guru, I have a question for you. Should I pursue my dreams, my passions, do what draws life in me, do what's meaningful to me, do what I think is fun? Or should I not? Should I not do those things? Should I not pursue my passion? Should I not do what I love? How is that a question? How the hell is that a question? It's not a question. You have no choice. All right? And folks, the more of us who continue making this calculation and coming up with the wrong gosh darn answer, oh no, I'm just gonna I've got to pay the bills. So we got a whole generation of people just trying to pay the bills. And everybody living paycheck to paycheck, gotta pay those bills. Man, let the system burn. Right? We all stopped going to work for about a year. All right? And the government and everything had to form itself around that. Well, if you can do that because of a pandemic, why the hell couldn't we have done that for other reasons? Change things up, all right? Look, the future depends on us. The future depends on us changing our habits. Because do you want your children to have to go through the same thing you're going through? Oh, if I work really hard and I save up money, my children will have a better life than I have. But what's that better life? A life of choice? A life of pursuing their dreams and their passions? Or a life of being able to pay their bills a little bit better than you? I would rather my child be a homeless person in a box on the street than being stuck in some cubicle or doing some monkey work that they absolutely hate. And I think more and more of us should have this idea, okay? Burn it all down. If I have to live life like this anymore, if we all have to live life like this anymore, burn it all down, okay? I will go to China and I will go in some rural cave and I will find all the freaking bats I can find. I will munch their freaking heads off. I will catch all the viruses to stop this insanity of people not doing what they love. Of people waking up every morning, alarm bell goes off, Alarm clock goes off. You wake up. Oh, okay. Brush your, sleep from your eyes. You can brush your teeth. You can shower. Eat your food. Get ready. Drive to in traffic. Go to work at a job you freaking hate. And then drive back home. Come back. And then I get an hour or two, maybe three if I stay up late to do whatever I want. Burn it all down. Where are the viruses, folks? Where are the viruses? Where are the penguins and the bats? I will eat a zebra, get some zebra malaria, and I will pass it to everybody. I don't know if there's zebra malaria. I want this to stop. I don't want us to suffer this low-key suffering that we're all doing. I get it. Throughout all of human history, it was considered to be outrageous to demand that you should live a life of leisure and happiness and peace. Maybe that's, I don't know about ancient history, but maybe that's how it was. But it doesn't have to be that way today. Okay, we have more money, more food, more warehouses full of stuff to feed everybody, to take care of everybody. We have technology and tools that offer more productivity than ever before, and there will be a future where you won't have to do any work. You won't have to do any work because the machines will do work. You go, well, if you don't, the machine will get paid. Why? Why does the machine get paid? It's going to be free work. You're going to slap on a solar panel on that thing will be working all day. Then what are humans going to do? Well, you know what? We're about there now. And I say we start asking ourselves, hey, how can we create a better world? One way to do that is to pay attention to your life, ask yourself what you value, what you care about, and start moving in that direction as hard as you can. Because if the pandemic has showed us anything, is that life is too short. We're wasting our time complaining, whining, hating ourselves. I hate my life. I hate my life. My life sucks so much. You can do something about that, But I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with my life. Figure it out. Okay, you're figuring out other things. You're figuring out how to pay your taxes. You're figuring out how to pay your bills. You're figuring out how to raise your children. You're figuring out how to deal with your parents. Right? You're figuring out life insurance and home insurance and car insurance and all the insurances. You're figuring out politics and who to vote for. You're figuring a lot of things out. Figure out what you want to do. Okay? How old are you? All right? That's way too old to not know what you want to do. Look, there's no shame. It's not your fault. It's the world that we've created. Unless we start breaking out of that habit, oh boy, folks, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what the future is going to be like. I challenged this woman. I said in one of my events, I said, find a way to earn $1 for something that you would do for free. But I can't live off of $1. You can't live off of $0, which is what you're doing. So start getting into the mindset of asking yourself, how is what I'm doing valuable and who would be interested in it? It doesn't have to be dollar, it could be $1, $5, $10, $3, who cares? When I was a kid, I would walk to elementary school. Okay, I'm like, how old am I? I'm like, I don't know, 10 years old, 9, 10 years old. And, I get some change. I won't tell you where I got this change from. Yes, I stole it, but anyway, that's a different story. I get some change, and on my way to school, I'd pass by this Chinese, bodega, like a depanneur, like a shop. And I'd have $1, and then I'd buy 2 packs of ramen noodles, the dry ramen noodles in the package with the sauce, and the powder stuff. And I just really love eating. I eat it dry as a snack, just absolutely love eating dry. I put that spice on it. Oh, so good. Well, it wasn't only good to me, it was good to my classmates. I get to class and people, oh, can I have a little bit? Can I have a little bit? Well, I'd take my $1 and I'd buy 2 packs. And then I'd sell 1 pack to my friends at school for $1. Right? I spend $1 to buy 2 packs, and then I sell 1 pack for $1 because the way I walk by school, I could get these packs. The way they walk by school, they didn't get these packs. Okay, but they had the $1, so they bought my pack for $1. Now I'd eat mine and sell the other. That's entrepreneurial, folks. That's recognizing that I had something that people wanted, that there was a need out there or a desire out there, And I had enough money in order to get what I want and make more. And that's when I realized, oh my God, life can be life's a little tricky. But if you can find those things that you like that you can offer to other people, hmm, hmm, huh. The first seed of an idea that popped into my head when I was a little tyke. And I loved it. Just grab a dollar, steal a dollar. Okay, the story is when I'd walk by the strip mall on my way to school, right outside of the door, for some reason, the newspapers would get delivered, and there'd be like change on top of it. There'd be like money, like change. Not all the time, but sometimes it'd be change, like a good amount of change, like $3, $4, $5, $6 change on top of it. I guess it was just a change that was owed for whatever they paid for. And I would swipe that change, okay? Oh, come on, man. It never really occurred to me I did anything wrong. It's not like I took it out of someone's hands, but okay, it was wrong. I stole that money and I went to buy ramen noodles. Sometimes I buy 2 packs, 4 packs, whatever, and I just sell the other packs for more money. And the next day, even if there was no money at the strip mall, I could just use the money I earned the previous day. Did I love selling ramen noodles? No. But the point is that I found a way to exchange what I had, what I got, for something. And even at that young age, I was able to make a little money. And I repeated that pattern, not the stealing part. I repeated that pattern minus the stealing part later on in life. And I do it now today. I go, oh my God, people like it when I speak. They're inspired when I speak. I motivate them. It makes them feel good. I can get them out of bed in the morning. I can give them a logical premise. I can empower them personally. It comes out of my mouth. And they say, I'll give you money for that. And I said, okay, sure, I accept. It took me a few years to accept money for it. I did it for free for a long time, but it's what I love doing. I can talk for hours. I could talk for 6 hours straight. Most times I talk to people, I want to talk to them for about 6 hours. 6 hours for me is about the sweet spot. Okay, 3 hours, it's good. It's cool. 6 hours, oh. If I meet somebody and I get a sense, oh my God, this person will talk to me all day, I will not leave. I will not leave. I will disappoint people that I have to go meet because I love talking to people. And the day I realized that I can make money off of talking, I was like, my God, I got to find a way to do this. So here I am online, talking to you, motivating you, trying to remind you about what the choices you got to make in life here. It's so easy to get into the zombie state, the state of just routine and habit. You just forget, oh my God, there's millions of people who've they shook off the shackles of their old life and they decided on something new. Heather Boyd, I talked to Heather Boyd today, and she's a young lady, and she's like, oh, I want to do this, but I can't do this here in Toronto. It's too expensive. So what am I going to do? I'm going to move to another place to get this done. All right. Are you willing to move to another place to get what you want done? It might be too expensive to live in Montreal or wherever you are in order to get something. Like, can you move to somewhere cheaper? You know, a lot of people during the pandemic, they realize, hey, I can move out of New York. And if I go somewhere else, suddenly I'm no longer, middle class. In New York, I might have been poor or middle class. But in Oklahoma, I'm up there. All right? There's places on this planet you can go and move to. Your dollar goes a lot further. Are you willing to make that choice in order to do what you love? In order to live a life where you don't want to scrape your eyeballs out. I used to wake up in the morning and say, I'm suicidal. But I'm strangely optimistic. I wake up every single morning and I think to myself, today would be a great day for me to kill myself. But tomorrow could be even better. I just never get around to it. I realized me, suicidal Pete, all right? Suicidal bad guru. I realized, oh my God, if I'm willing to kill myself, then I'm willing to do anything. And I start realizing, oh, if I do this thing, if I do a stand-up comedy, I'm going to feel so much shame and embarrassment, I'm going to want to die. But I already feel like dying. And I go, I'm going to quit my job. I'm going to get out of here. I can't stay here. But if I quit my job, I might die. I was like, I'm going to die anyway. Becoming suicidal was one of the best things that ever happened to me. There, I said it. It's one of the best things that ever happened to me because it freed me once I realized what it really meant to be suicidal. When I realized what it really meant to be suicidal, I realized what it meant was that I was done. I was fed up. It was enough. And that anything was better than what I was experiencing. And when I realized that anything was better than what life I was experiencing, it gave me the willingness and the courage to jump off a cliff and to do other things that were crazy. You can't do that, Peter. You can't do that. How are you going to make a living? This life that I'm living right now is no life at all. I'd rather risk this than to have the certainty of this. And I was paying my bills. I was paying my bills and I was dating and life was fine and simple, but I'd get home and just all my dreams at night, I'd just be sitting at a cubicle or stuck in some building, stuck in molasses, not able to move. And I wake up in the morning just crying, going, I hate dreams. Why do my dreams suck so bad? I'd go to bed at night, I dream, right? I dream that in my dream, I'd wake up in my dream. I'd brush my teeth, get dressed, go to work all day in a cubicle in my dream, get back home, go to bed, fall asleep, and then wake up. And when I woke up in real life, it was the same Monday. Just thinking about it now. I'd wake up and I'd have to redo the same boring Monday. And you know what? What I did that day was almost exactly what happened in my dream. Because nothing happened in my dream. It just stasis, boring, sitting at a cubicle, typing up reports, answering calls. And I don't know how many dreams of those I had and how many times I woke up crying or just skipped whole nights of sleep. And I was like, I can't do this. My dreams are telling me that my life is so mundane. Your dreams is like, your brain is like going through all the things you went through that day and trying to make sense of the world. And maybe there was nothing. There was nothing to make sense of. It was like dreaming of vanilla ice cream. What'd you dream last night? I dreamt that I ate vanilla ice cream. Oh, really? What else happened? No, that was it. I just ate vanilla ice cream. Look, I know some of you are out there. You're in a special state. Maybe you don't have that much going on. And I just said vanilla ice cream. And you think, vanilla ice cream, that sounds like fun. I really wish I had vanilla ice cream right now. No, what you wish is that you had satisfaction and joy and excitement. And you can get that just with the thoughts in your mind. You can choose that. You know what thoughts you got to think in order to make that happen? You got to think about those thoughts that bring zest to your life. You got to think about those thoughts that make you feel good, that allow you to feel desire flowing through you. When you start getting those thoughts, life becomes so much better to live. When I started thinking that way and behaving that way, you know what happened to my dreams? They completely transformed. I started dreaming the most exciting dreams of my life. I was a hero in action movies. I was flying through space, going from planet to planet. I was meeting new people, having all kinds of wonderful experiences. I got addicted to my dreams. They were that good. And they reflected how I felt about my life. You have no choice. You have no choice. If you're going to live on this planet and you're going to like living on this planet, you're going to have to learn to move in the direction of your desires. You're going to have to. You have to. Get it in your head that you have no choice. Either you can pursue your dreams, your passion, your ambitions, do what you care about, do what you love, do what's meaningful to you, do what draws life through you, or not. And that is no choice at all. This pandemic has revealed some life choices, folks. And it's an opportunity. Use this time as an opportunity. I'm stuck in this curfew. 8 p.m. No, 9 p.m. 9:30 p.m. Thank you so much for extending it another hour and a half. I really appreciate it. But I do appreciate having the time to be still, alone for the most part, and ask myself important questions. Who am I? Where am I going? How do I want to spend my time? Who do I want to spend it with? What do I want to contribute to the world? I have time now to pay attention. I have time to figure out what I value and what my contribution to this planet will be. I've appreciated this time. It's been a miserable mess, but it's been a great pause, a great reset. And for me, I didn't have too many huge life decisions to make. I already lived a life where I was pursuing my passion for the most part. But now I've redoubled my efforts and I'm more clear minded because I use my days, I use my time to focus even more. Now I have far less distractions and I'm far clearer minded. And that's what I want for you. During this time, whether you have curfew or not, don't just go back to life as normal. I got the vaccine, honey. Honey, I got the vaccine. Gray skies are gonna clear up. Don't go back to normal life. Put on a happy face. Don't just put on a happy face. Be happy. Right? Find something creative. Find something that moves you. Find something that you desire and do that thing because you have no choice. And if we do that, then not only will we get to experience a better existence, but our children and our children's children and the generations that come after us, they won't have to say what we say. Got to pay the bills. What can you do? Not everybody can do what they love. Got to pay the bills. They won't do that because the machines will be doing all the work and all the humans will be dead or in some type of matrix stasis, their bodies being used for energy to power the global consciousness network. A dystopian future, folks, but it doesn't have to be. Doesn't have to be. I'm just joking. All right, folks, this has been a lot of fun. You know me, I could be talking all night long, but I've got to let you go. I've been keeping some people hostage here tonight, but I really appreciate it. I've missed you so much, and I'll be back tomorrow and the day after and a few more times. Like I'll be back. So remember to go over to facebook.com/happy for change. Join the Happy for Change audience so you can be part of the adventures that we're doing. Because I'm not just doing videos, I'm doing some adventure stuff. I'm going to be releasing the Happy for Change, the Happy Audience Powers. We're going to have powers that are going to be released. 5 powers: Earth, Fire, Wind, Water, and Heart. It's going to be so fun. Join the Making Millionaire Club. We're going to be making millionaires. It's going to be so fun. We're going to be tackling problems and solving things, and we develop getting crypto and getting, hopefully getting more wealthy in the process. Remember to go over to youtube.com/happy for a change and hit subscribe, hit that little button that little bell so that you know when we go live. And if you really want to dive into it with me, if you want me in your pocket, if you want to support what we're doing here and get a lot more out of it, go over to patreon.com/happy for a change. We do a series called Jumpstart Live, which is about jumpstarting your life. We give you business advice, marketing advice, advice to improve your day-to-day existence mentally, emotionally, and also with your business. We've got fireside chats, so you can put me in your pocket. We have conversations as the days go on, so you don't have to feel alone. You can join the Bad Guru Nightly live Telegram, and that way you can be part of the audience when we do these shows. You can actually speak up, and I can hear you, and so much more. Patreon.com/happy for change. For as little as $5 a month, you can get in the game. I only pitch it to you because I think it would actually make your life better. So go ahead and check it out. Thank you so much for your time. I truly appreciate you giving me your attention. Your attention matters, and I'm so glad you decided to give me some of your attention here tonight. My name is Peter Hartman. You're watching Bad Guru Nightly, and I am Bad Guru. See you next time. Bye.